Can't do a countdown. Hi everybody, how are you? Sorry we're a little delayed getting on tonight. I actually scheduled this one for 9:15, unwittingly knowing in 3 or 4 weeks ago when me and Paul were scheduling the lives that actually tonight was going to be 9:15 start. So here we are, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We're early, mate.
Sometimes we have some technical issues in the background, and yeah, you know, these things happen. My internet was playing up, Paul's camera was tracking his face, so we were like frantically sorting these things out. But you know, that's life. We're here, so we're glad that you've joined us. Let's hear from Paul, because you know, Paul's been man down, so let's get a idea of how Paul's been, because he was due to be colouring tonight, and it's going to be me instead. So let's hear from Paul. I've got my baby son just exploded into the room like dynamite. I thought the door had just come off the hinges, to be perfectly honest. So here he is. So if nothing else can go wrong tonight, he's obsessed with this dolly. He wants this dolly, Paul. After tonight, I'm donating it to him. Look, he's trying to remove it. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to donate. No, you can't have it now. I've got to colour it.
Why?
Well, it's part of the show. It's part of the show, mate. You see all these people, they're waiting for me to put some colour on this head. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? It'll be you one day, Bode. You'll be here painting the heads. Is that all right? Yeah, good. Fantastic. Right, but for now, you have to go back to bed. Okay? It's back to bed now, okay? Say good night to everybody. Bye-bye.
It's all right.
Right, here he is.
Good night.
Right then. Now passing back to Mummy. No, he wants to be part of the live, guys. Sorry about that, but bedtime. If he doesn't go to sleep now, he's going to be dreadful in the morning.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah. So, Paul, tell us all about it. What's happening?
Yeah, so I was meant to be colouring tonight, but as you can see, I'm not. Reason for is that I've been off work again this week, and I didn't want my clients to see me. I mean, I'm not fit enough to do it yet. I'm seeing a specialist tomorrow, but I didn't want my clients to see me colouring a dolly's head when they think sort of like, oh, why is he colouring that and he's not colouring me? So that's the reason, really. But yeah, I mean, I think the pain is reducing. I woke up yesterday after a really good sleep for the first time ever. I might not look it, but and then this morning I woke up with zero pain until I actually start to move. There's a little pain that creeps in, but yeah, I went for a walk yesterday. Went for a walk today. Back's a little bit sore, but I'm seeing somebody tomorrow, and hopefully he can crack me back into place, or he can give me some advice.
Or break you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got everything crossed for you, my friend. There's lots of people with us now. 13. So hi guys, thanks very much.
Do you want me to go through them because you can't see?
Say hello, because Bowen rather threw a spanner in the works there with the old intro, so that's all right. I mean, you know, there's worse things that can happen.
So we've got Pia. He was early in the house, so hey Pia. Lisa Lewis is here as always. We've got Christos. He's here. Jess is here. Jess has got something to tell you.
You getting a cat?
Yeah.
Way.
My mum's in the house as always. Hey mum. We've got Sandra. We've got Jamie. What time is it, Jamie? I bet it's so early, mate.
6 a.m. 6 a.m.
Debbie, Karen, Pia again, Angela, and then we've got Kerry. So, hey guys, I hope you're doing well, but I'm going to be comparing tonight. I'm not bringing up the comments because it's on James's channel, so I'm just going to be going through the comments and throwing them at James. So any questions you've got, throw them in there, and I'll pass them on to James, and James is going to be doing a colour.
Good stuff. Thank you, Paul. Hi, Kerry, by the way. Good to see you back. So last week I cut this kind of halo-esque type of shape, and you know, we was going to ping it over to Paul, but you know, I totally get that he's not feeling 100%. So I was thrown the gauntlet of doing the colour, of which I happily accepted. So I pre-lightened it, as you can tell. It's pretty orangey. It was always going to be pretty orangey. It had quite a lot of colour on it, this mannequin head. It had several different colours put on it in the past, and root colours. So we've got quite a lot going on. Lots of dark areas. I'm just going to switch.
Can you drop me out, mate?
Yeah, I'm just going to switch to that now. Oh no, solo layer. Oh no, dropped you out completely.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah.
Ah.
I'm not really even sure how to bring you back, to be fair. Layout. There we go. Hold on a minute.
There we go, and then just throw you across.
Yeah.
Done.
I'm on my mobile phone for anybody that is wondering why we're a little bit. My internet, as everybody probably knows, was up the Swanee for a while. I got new internet, but then today I got a new router, and I was trying to fit the router before I came live tonight. And anyway, it didn't work out, and so now my internet is not working at all. So I'm on my mobile phone. So hopefully, yeah. But my mobile phone always looks pretty good, to be fair. I always think, like, why have I spent thousands of pounds on cameras and my mobile phone looks good? Anyway, who knows? So I cut a disconnection, if you remember, last week throughout the sides. And then I had that kind of traveling shape all the way around. So we're going to separate the top from the bottom in that same disconnection now. I bleached this up, as I was saying earlier, and she's a bit worse for wear, the old girl. So you're going to see some breakage tonight. There she is. Look at that. She
needs defy damage.
She needs defy damage. She needs 4-step. She needs a long holiday, and she'll be right as rain. You've
got an announcement as well, mate, haven't you? Should we leave that for the end?
We'll tell them at the end, shall we? Yeah, we've got an interesting thing to tell them. We've got as well. We've probably alluded to lots of things that me and Paul are trying to organise. Yes, Sandy, you missed the baby. Although if you watch this back, you'll see the baby again. Yeah. So one of those things has come to fruition. So we can talk about that at the end of this live. And so hang around for that, because it's the start of an interesting journey.
Yeah.
And one that I'm very much looking forward to. So I'm going to tell you about the colours. I'm using, I love using these little ramekins when I'm, like, I don't know if you see this, Paul. You know, when you watch American YouTube channels, they use like ceramic bowls and stuff.
Yeah. Like fine china.
Yeah, that's right, mate. I'm all about that. You know, these little bowls are wicked.
Well, it's theatre, mate, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's right. So it's quite an orangey red. I think you can probably see that from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny blob of purple into it to kind of change the dynamics of that. So just a tiny little blob of purple into this color. And what that's going to do, well, you tell me what it's going to do, guys. What's it going to do? Oh, I'm going to throw it on my t-shirt. There we go. What's it going to do? A tiny little bit of purple into something that is quite orangey, an orangey red. So let me know in the comments section what you think's going to happen before I end up mixing it, and then I'll show you and ruin the surprise. So you've got about, I don't know, 15 more seconds to get your answers in.
We're on a 10-second delay as well, so
we're on a 10-second delay. Well, I need to put a little bit more in, so it's all right. We're perfect here. We're golden. Deeper red here, straight in with the answer. Yeah, deeper red, more depth, less orange. Deeper, yes. Yeah, because the if you want a brighter red, just make it more orange. But if you want a deeper red, then add some purple or some blue into it. So more depth. Now you can see it's a bit darker. Okie dokie. Right, so we're going to be putting this on our underneath sections.
you doing it on wet?
I'm doing it on wet. That's a really good point. Now, can anybody tell me why I might be applying this to wet hair? Really, really valid point. The reason it's wet. So I'd love to know what you guys think is the reason for applying this onto wet hair. Get that in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you think is the reason for putting a colour that's got no peroxide on it onto wet hair.
So with your previous
no peroxide
question, obviously Pia said deep red, Angela said deep red, Lisa Lewis said deeper, and Sandy's just come in and said cool off the orange and make it more red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sandra Harwood's just come in. It's more alkaline.
The hair is more alkaline, yeah. And so what effect has that got on the performance of my colour? So my colour's got no peroxide in it. So what effect will that have on my colour? Lisa
Lewis said manufacturer's instructions. Angela said easier application, and GSO equalise the porosity. Is it GSO's first live, or?
I think I recognise GSO, but I don't know if I recognise GSO from the comments section, or whether I recognise GSO from the lives. I'm not sure. GSO, is this your first time with us tonight on a live? So it's basically down to porosity. The product I'm using is a direct dye, so it has absolutely no ability to lift the cuticle. So if we wet the hair, we change the porosity from 4.5 to 5.5, and I know all of you will pretty much know that by now. We'll change the porosity from 4.5 to 5.5, and by changing the porosity, we then allow the colour to penetrate deeper and faster into the hair, and we get better colour results because of it. So better relative to terms. Okay, so it depends if you want that deeper penetration of the colour. Some manufacturers do not recommend applying it to damp hair, and in fact they vehemently state in their manufacturer's guidelines that you are to apply their colour to dry hair. But obviously, like any time we apply colour to wet hair, we will always get more colour deposit into that hair, and therefore we'll get deeper and potentially longer lasting results. So that is the main reason for doing it onto damp hair. Now, what I will say about applying it onto damp hair is that we do want to be mindful of even dampness. Okay, so we want the hair to be evenly damp all the way throughout the hair. We don't want one area on the head to be drier than another area, because what will happen is we'll get different color results in different areas. So it is really, really, really important, guys, to remember that that is something to think about if we're doing this onto damp hair.
Clause by Carrie has just joined, said hello fam, and GSO has said great, thank you. But GSO, is it your first time with us on live tonight, or have you been here before? Just let us know. But hey Carrie.
Hi Carrie, I sent Carrie a DM response earlier. I don't know if you've seen it, but oh no, is it Carrie? Oh no, sorry, I've gone mad. That's the wrong person. Yeah, I was trying to get back to some messages today that people have sent me, so that I'm kind of a bit more up to speed with people's DMs and stuff.
I've got a question from Angela. I've seen a lot of balayage done on wet hair. What do you both think of this? Yeah, this is the thing at the minute, isn't it? People are trying to make wet balayage.
I think it's been around for a while. I mean, I've seen it. I saw it way back, 2019, 2018.
Yeah, at the basin.
Didn't really catch on at the basin. Yeah, it didn't really catch on that much back then. It did a bit. In fact, I've got a video back in 2019 where I was teaching backwash balayages in a class, and I did a kind of vlog about the class that I was teaching.
Yeah,
in a salon. you know, people were intrigued, wanted to know more, etc., etc. And of course, you know, I'd already tried it. So when they asked me about it, I was doing like a personal coach, you know, where I'd go to someone's salon. You do them too, Paul, obviously. You know, go to someone's salon and they wanted to specifically know about backwash balayages and what sort of effects did it create. But I'd like to hear what you think, Paul, and then I'll give them my opinion.
Well, to be honest, like obviously we're changing the porosity of the hair with it being like wet, but we've also got our developer in there. So to me, I don't really see the point, to be honest. When it comes to lifting the hair, we water and bleach was always taught that, I mean, when you do bleach baths and that, you use like water shampoo, cleansing shampoo, developer and powder. But for me, I would much rather do it on dry hair for control.
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of backwash balayages at one stage, experimenting. I mean, I used to work with a lad from not another salon, and he came to work with us in Brighton, and they were doing, you know, backwash balayages. So I kind of picked it up from him as something to kind of, you know, practice and try. The product does spread really well, got to say.
Yeah.
If the hair is damp, you know, the transition, the product is really beautifully spread out across the hair. But like you say, the alkalinity is not what the manufacturer recommends for bleaching, you know, all that jazz. And so I think there is some hurdles with it from the, you know, the standpoint of kind of efficiency in terms of technique, etc. I don't know. It's not something I do anymore, and it's not something that I specifically advocate.
No, me either. To be honest, I think it's the thing that people are just trying to make balayage different. Like I'm doing Colour World this weekend, and I mean, how many balayage or root melts or vivid melts are we going to see this weekend? There's going to be it's just what it's going to be. I'm going to be I'll tell you. I'm going to be doing just basically a bleach root application, but I'm going to be taking you through the fundamentals and taking you back to not overlapping, but also a starting point where we're looking at controlling the health of the hair. So I think, I mean, it's going to be looking as I'm just doing a root application, but there's going to be so much more education with regards to keeping their hair healthy than just doing a balayage. I could have done a balayage. I've got a model who's desperate for like the balayage, but I'd have just been in the same boat as everybody else.
Yeah, of course. And I think you're probably, you know, it's a technique that a lot of people are not comfortable with as well, you know, in terms of techniques. You know, lots of people do not love full head bleaches. So that's a good question, actually. Everybody out there watching now, tell me, are you a fan of the full head bleach, or is it something that you prefer not to do? Do you avoid it? And it's okay if you do, you know, because they're not easy techniques, and they are very, very technical. They're very underrated on how technical they are. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? GSO, first time here in the live. Greensboro, North Carolina in the USA. Beautiful. Well,
how did you find us? Was it on your recommended screen on YouTube? Because this is something we'd like to know a lot more about as well when we get the new viewers. Where are you finding it? Have you seen us before and you're searching for us, or is it a recommended?
Yeah, good question, Paul. Yeah, I'd love to know. So just keep you up to speed with what I'm doing here now. So I've got a blue here, and it is like electric blue. I think if you can see that, like vivid as hell. I've actually never used this particular brand before. Just got it in the post. Thought I'd give it a whirl. Someone sent it me to give a go. So I don't know how. Actually, to be honest, I'll be perfectly frank. Right, the colour that has come out on here is not as I expected it to look.
Really?
Yeah, because you know when you put a violet colour into a red, you're not expecting it to kind of go deeper orange.
Yeah.
But that's what it's done.
But I suppose what you're starting on is a lot warmer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like that in the bowl, if you see what I'm saying. Like like it's hard for you guys to see, I think, but it didn't go brighter red. It went deeper. It went to a deeper orange.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which contravenes. I'd be really interested. Yeah, that's it. Just like, so I don't know what's in it that's made it do that. But let me just tell you what I'm doing here right now. I'm going to do a kind of 1.5 inch root tap with the blue. Carrie full bleaches her own hair. Check you out, Carrie. So let's see what we've got here from what I mentioned earlier. Yes, sir. Good GSO. Sandra, I don't mind doing full heads. I opened my YouTube to answer your question, Paul.
Right.
Angela avoids them. They scare me. Karen J scare me. I do loads of full head bleaches. GSO, I follow the channel anyway. Cool. Thank you, GSO. Pia, I don't mind doing full head bleaches. Lisa, I don't like to use bleach. I full head bleach my own hair, says Kerry. Check you out, Kerry. You must have some serious dexterity to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So congratulations, well done on being double jointed and being able to colour the back of your head.
Jane Grant has said she does a lot of them. Jane Grant, I've never seen Jane in here. Is she one of your?
Yeah, I've seen Jane's name before, I think. Yeah. But Janie, is this the first time you've joined us live? And if it is, how did you discover the lives? Because it's something that's going forward going to be important to kind of understand, and we will share with you all the details of that at some stage. It probably won't be today, but we'll definitely let you know what's going on.
Yeah, but we've got something to say today, haven't we? Which is big news.
We've got good news today. Yeah, we're hamming it up like no one's business. So don't be don't you're not going to fall clean off. You're not going to fall clean off your chair.
No.
But yeah, we've got some good news today.
They might rock back a little bit, but they won't fall off.
Yeah. They won't fall off their chair. So yeah, we will discuss with you at the end what that's all about. But in the meantime, we do a root tap. As I say, no more than really kind of the first 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters of root area for this particular technique. And because it's such a short root tap, we don't need like a foil or anything to kind of protect the hair on the opposite side. We can just lay it over and tap our roots. We'd want to make sure our sections are kind of no more than 5 millimeters or so in depth, so you can clearly see the product on the back side of the section you're about to paint. Any questions, Paul? Anything coming in, mate?
Kerry says she just hopes for the best.
Hopes the best. Cool.
Jane, it says, yeah, it just popped up on YouTube and you were on. Just popped YouTube on and you were on. So that's great to know, because it shows that our lives are growing.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it's so that's on the recommended page, which is great.
Yeah,
very nice indeed. So yeah, thank you for that information, guys. I really appreciate it. And we've been plugging away at these lives now since February, and it's great to see that new people are joining, and we've got you original guys with us too, which is so nice to have you with us as well.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your loyalty, and lovely to have some new people with us as well.
Definitely.
Some new people for the crew. Well, let Paul, as we've got some new people in the house, tell them what the format is.
The format. So the format, normally, I think on the thumbnail, it says I was going to be colouring. But the format, what we do is we do alternate weeks. So we're on James's channel tonight, The Life of Hair. And then we go over to my channel, Paul Watts Hair. And then James will work on my channel and I work on James's channel, because normally we'd be bringing up your comments on the screen when whoever compares, which is why we do it on that person's channel. But yeah, we do a haircut, then the other will colour it. Then we do a Q&A, and then the other person will cut a mannequin, then the other person will color it. So we try and mix it up every single week to keep it engaging, but the education is basically down to you. So when you're watching, we do ask for the ideas from you, and there's 23 people in here at the minute, and there's only 12 likes. So if you could all hit the like button and get up to 23, that would be amazing. And if you could remember to subscribe to both channels, that would be great, because we will be back on mine next week. Probably me doing a haircut, maybe. I think that's what it will go back to.
That's what it will be, yeah. If Paul's back. Well, no, is it a haircut, or is it we were doing a Q&A? Because we would be doing a Q&A.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see, guys.
Yeah.
We'll keep you informed, because obviously it's kind of gone a bit off kilter.
Yeah. Because of my back.
Because of Paul's back. For anybody that doesn't know, that's new here, Paul's back's decided to depart company with him.
Yeah.
And he's been man down for the last
2 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I've been in the salon 2 days to try and see how it is. I'm going to see a specialist tomorrow. I'll be back in the salon Friday, Saturday to see how I get on, and then I'm doing Colour World on Sunday, and then I'll be back in the salon Monday trying to figure out my plan going forward. If I start to do half days, or if I start to, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
but we'll get back to the comments. So Kerry says in salon she does loads of head bleachers and crazy colours on top. Amazing. A tip to share, GSO. I add a bit of flour. I had to say that again. I add a bit of flour to my bleach when I do balayage. Makes the consistency softer.
I've seen that. I've actually seen that on a YouTube video, and I actually saved it to talk about it, and I never got around to it because it just like slipped out my head. But I have actually seen that. Yeah,
it turns it into more like the clay ones, doesn't it?
Yeah, more paste-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never tried it. I don't
know.
I'm going to. I'd be really interested to see how it changes the performance of the product.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Do you find there's a performance change? Do you get exactly the same performance that you'd expect, or does the performance, does it alter the performance? So I'd love to hear somebody that does it.
Yeah,
I'm meaning to try it, but I don't have any flour in the salon, obviously.
No.
So, I'd have to go back.
I've got a client who actually makes flour. He works at like a flour mill.
Oh, right. You could bring out a product with him, Paul, where, like an additive product.
Well, what's interesting me about it is what is the actual makeup of flour? I know it's crushed down wheat, but there's something that goes in. There's a process to it. So it would be interesting to see the makeup of flour, to see what it changes in the formulation.
There would be some impact. It's just whether that impact impacted the performance. And if it didn't, then the manufacturer wouldn't recommend it for sure.
No.
But the manufacturers don't recommend Olaplex either. So
no,
it's not. It's no big deal,
Jane Grant had said she's here because the football doesn't interest her. GSO says it works for me.
Yeah, that's what it's about a lot of the time. I always think, I've actually, the only time I only ever comment from the perspective of, when people do things that aren't necessarily following the guidelines of manufacturer. My only comments are always around kind of making sure that if anything went wrong, you would be able to recite the manufacturer's guidelines in verbatim, so that you could be covered by that particular manufacturer's insurance policy and your own. But that's my only kind of reservation. Okay, so we're on to purple now, guys. A bit of purple in our lives.
Nice.
So we're going to blend the purple into the blue. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's it. If it works for you and it's not hurting anyone, then amen, go for it. You know, I'm never here to judge anybody's you know, invention. You might have come across something that's genius.
Well, GSO says it protects the hair.
Right.
So I'm just wondering how. And there's a new, I don't know if she's new to your channel, mate, or new to the live, but Girl Real LA Beauty. Hello, I've never seen you on our live before. But if this is your first time on the live, how did you find it? Because what we're alluding to at the end of what's happening today, what we're going to tell you a little bit of, we're trying to find out all of the algorithm and how it's affecting the lives and how far it's pushing us. And looking tonight, it's pushing us quite far.
Yeah, we're seeing new people. So who was it that you just spotted that was new, Paul?
Girl Real LA Beauty.
So Girl Real LA Beauty. If you're new here, welcome. And or new to our lives, I see you follow the YouTube channel, which is great. Thank you very much. If you're new to the live, just put new, and that would be great, just so we can know. But you know, like what we were alluding to, guys, and this is the thing. I mean, we'll talk about it a bit more at the end, but you know, Paul and I are obviously, you know, passionate educators, passionate hairdressers, full stop. And you know, what we really want to do is to be able to bring you some of the, you know, a really unique educational experiences that are either free or extremely affordable to take part in, dependent on location and all those kind of things. You know, we've talked about, you know, going on tour, and you know, we'd love to do all that at no cost to anybody, except, you know, a few people who could definitely afford it. So
Yeah.
You know, that's the
definitely.
reality. Well, that's the thing, you know, and this is what we've been trying to work on, you know, is making these things happen rather than being conjecture and pie in the sky, and us just, you know, keep saying it for the next 10 years and it never actually happens. We actually want to make it happen. You know, we want to get to, you know, your local, you know, big town or whatever, and come and do a live, you know, and literally, you know, an event which you can be part of. So yeah, well, anyway, we'll talk about that once I've applied this color, which isn't that far away now. So when you're applying these colors, make sure you work them nicely from side to side when you're using your brush, and then just comb the product through. I'm going to give you a little tip about comb angle on this next section. So make sure your sections are no thicker than your finger when you take a section, because if they're thicker than your finger, they're very hard to get the saturation through the hair evenly. And then if the sections are wide like this is, then split the section into two. And you've probably noticed that I've put a foil here to paint onto, just to ensure that I don't get product on that underneath color. So what we're going to do now is come in and make sure that when we apply the product, we are brushing it side to side, backwards and forwards, really working that product into the hair. And then give it a little comb angle. Instead of 90 degrees parallel like that, we're going to go in 90 degrees, and then we're going to twist it to 45, and we're going to comb the product through. And I'll show you exactly what that does, because I left the product on my comb from the previous section, so you guys could really get a visual representation of how that works. It takes off the excess product, and it builds up. You see that particularly? There we go. Hopefully you can see that. It builds up on the comb here, and by it building up on the comb, it doesn't end up on places you didn't want it to be, you know. So you get a little bit more control by tilting your comb back like that, and you don't get the kind of blobs of color in places that you really didn't want them to be. So hopefully that will give you a little tip for that. Just going to saturate this section. And actually today my hands have been all colors. They've been pink this morning, purple this afternoon, and now they're blue, green, red, orange, and well, they're going to be purple again in a minute. It's been one of those days. Like either tonight I could not. I've taken a load of my equipment that I had at home to my new studio, and then I realised that like actually I still needed some of it, which was really smart, but I didn't have time to go and get any of it tonight. So I've only got one glove, as you've probably noticed, and tonight was one of those nights where I was in early. You know, when you sit down, you have your dinner, and then you sit down, and then you look at the time. You're, oh my god! Yeah, and then the internet wasn't working, and you know, although I'd left it setting itself up, you know, resetting. Holy, oh, anyway, never mind. We're all here, and that's all that matters, isn't it?
It is.
That's all that matters. How we got here doesn't matter as long as we're here.
We've got some questions or just a bit of conversations.
Yeah,
but
PPE,
yeah.
I love a bit of PPE. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'm a PPE fanatic, just not tonight.
Just want to say thank you to everybody for wishing me well as well, because you do it every week and during the week as well, the messages I get. So I do see them. So thank you. Angela has said affinage. Well, let me just go back to the GSO. I'll come back to yours 1 second, Angela. GSO says slow a little bit the process of lifting. Yeah, so it's changing the makeup of the lightener.
Yeah, the alkalinity is probably shifting a little bit. Someone put gluten, didn't they? I saw that. That's a good point.
Lisa.
Yeah, that was a good point. Gluten. Wonder how that would affect it.
Yeah, but then you've got gluten-free gluten-free flour as well. So yeah, again, it all depends on what it's going to be doing to the makeup of the bleach.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it because I've seen people using corn flour in like Shades EQ, for instance, on YouTube to thicken it. Yeah, I don't know whether that's.
Yeah, Angela, Affinage have a product called Your Way to add to the bleach and tint to change consistency, which is great for balayage. And if using more than one color, it keeps them separate to stop bleeding. Oh yeah, Matrix did something like that.
Who does?
Matrix did a color like that, but also
so do Wello.
Yeah. But I suppose if you're not really squashing together, I do a lot of colour in the salon that I'll be running different colours through. And if you've seen the Barista Artista course, I would lay in colour on top of colour, and I wasn't getting any transmission across. Transmissions? That's right.
That's good enough for me, mate.
So yeah, as long as you're not like squeezing it together, you're not going to get any color going on top of color. But I do know that there's a lot of companies out there that are looking for products like that as well. Girl Real LA Beauty, I follow your YouTube, so amazing.
Thank you.
Lisa Ridino or Ridino, my first live. So hi Lisa, found you when I searched for light to dark blonde new. Amazing. So yeah, just while you're all in here as well, just make sure at the end of this, if you head over to my channel, subscribe, because we're going to be over there next week. We take it in turns on both channels. Lisa Lewis is saying lots of newbies tonight, guys. Congratulations. It's amazing to see. It's definitely traveling. Girl Real LA Beauty. I've learned so much. I just graduated from cosmetology. I'm a baby in the industry, but I was the only one doing color without fear in my class due to your videos and knowledge. That's amazing.
Oh, I love it. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's what we do it for. That's what we do it for.
It is, yeah. Yeah, that's the core of why we do it. Sandy said come tour to California and I'll be there. Well,
100%. One day.
Well, yeah, one day. Joico's head office is in California, so I'm pretty sure it's not too far off. So we will let you know. Pia, yes to a tour. GSO, wet hair makes the combing process easier. Sandra Harwood, they are going to do something at Salon We are going to be doing something Salon International. Is Salon International on this autumn? It is, as far as we know. Sandra also said James PPE. I think you picked up on that, mate.
Look at this hand.
Sandra Howard, October.
Classic hairdresser. I went into a shop earlier and I had pink hands, and the woman said, "What have you been doing?" I was like, "I'm a hairdresser." She was like, "Oh."
I'm a murderer.
Yeah. In my spare time.
Yeah. Karen J, I've seen this. I've seen it advertised.
Yeah, the Salon International.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sandy, I remember your marigolds from one of your early pandemic videos.
Yeah. I mean, I love those marigolds. I was trying to find them tonight. I've got no idea where they've gone. I think they're in a box that's over there, like over there. But yeah, I was trying to find those because those were amazing. Actually, I've got a lot to be said for a good old-fashioned marigold while you're colouring hair.
I'm actually trying to comment in the comments, and I'm banned for some reason.
You're banned?
Yeah, from commenting in the comments. I'm trying it on my phone and on my laptop, and it won't. None of my comments are coming up. I'm just trying to put my channel in there, so if people want to click on it after, they can.
I see. You know why that is, don't you? Because I have to approve it.
Oh, okay.
I'll go and approve it. Hold up. Yeah, I have to approve it because you're because you're obviously on my stream.
Promoting.
You're not. Yeah. You're promoting. You're a promoter. I'll go and approve it.
Okay, mate. Thank you. Gluten can't be absorbed through the scalp. That's interesting.
I did not know that.
No, so I wonder what its effect on the hair would be. Because if the scalp, I mean, it's not for the scalp, is it? I would never.
No.
Put it on the scalp, but
I've never heard of a gluten scalp treatment.
So here's one. So according to Alexa, gluten conditions and moisturizes hair. If that's true.
If that's true, GSO is bang on to something right here.
Yeah, I think you need to patent that and get it into get a backer. Go on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank, wherever you are. Kerry Crosby's got a question. Can I ask about the outcome of hair I seen in salon? A lady wanted grey. Hair was bleach toned with a 10T shades, but took on top and mids, but not on the ends. So came out like half grey, half blonde.
Porosity, 100%. 100% porosity issue there, Carrie. Needed pre-treating with cat, or it needed pre-treating with some kind of porosity equalizer, and then you would have been golden. But if you're not, if you haven't equalized that porosity to start with, then that's how you would end up with a result like that.
Angela says it comes in powder and a liquid form, which is the thickener. So, I mean, I'd love something like that for bleaches. I would love something that turned it from, because a lot of companies now, I know Joico, they've discontinued their clay lightener, and I can't use anything else. So I would love if they had something like that I could put in bleaches that would thicken it up. So I know Redken, they brought out, when I'd left, they brought out the thickener for shades, didn't they?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh no, I was there. Thickener.
They brought it from the States.
They've got a thickener. They've got a thicker activator. That's it, isn't it? Oh, I had the little drops with shades when I was there, but they brought out an actual activator which turns it into jelly.
Yeah. Yeah, they certainly do. So it won't let me. It won't even come up on my thingy that you've even posted something. So I'm going to post in the comments now. Follow Paul Watts Hair, just because obviously next week, guys, we'll be over on Paul's channel, but also this week we'll be back on Friday night to show you all what happened to this mannequin. So I'll give you a brief recap of what I did. Underneath section, the disconnection that I did last week on this underneath section, I've coloured it kind of an orange red, more orange than I expected when I added in that violet. This range is a kind of one of those kind of unbranded ranges. So I'm just anyway experimenting with it. It's not something that I've ever used before. So anyway, we've got this orange red color underneath, which I don't think is going to be all that complementary to the top, but it might be one of those happy mistakes. Yeah. So we've got a red orange on this underneath section, and because the top is like a sort of bowl fringe, bowl cut in general, then I've separated the haircut into the two sections that I cut it in. Top section, root tap with that really electric blue color you saw, but obviously it's gone on to like orangey, you know, kind of not very nice gold color. So that's going to have an impact on that blue. It's going to utilize some of that blue to neutralize the orange. So that's going to be one thing for sure. And then through the ends of that particular section, then I've gone in with the that really, really vivid purple. So that should have a slightly different, you can actually see the purple on my towel here. I love these towels. You know, when you like scrunch these towels and wipe your hands on them.
90s t-shirt.
That's right. Yeah, this is my Van Gogh moment.
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye, yeah. James dye. So yeah, good stuff. What we'll do is obviously I will, as always, oh look at that, I've put one on the screen, didn't mean to. Right, turn that down. There we go. Lovely. Right, are we all up to speed with questions? Here we go. We've got Real Girl, Real LA Beauty. Can you just use equalizer in the color with all clients or just those who had low porosity hair? If it, you know, like if you neutralize the porosity of someone's hair prior to a color, you will always get better results. There's no doubt about it. Your results will always be improved if you do that. Paul's gone. Yeah. Paul's gone to oh hello. What's happened to your red, Paul?
Just got very big, mate.
You've gone wide mode. So yeah, it's always good to even out the porosity, 100%. Paul, what would you? Are you a big fan of pre-treating for porosity if it's going to be an impact on the end result?
Oh God. Oh mate, 100%. I'm just trying to. Don't know why my head's gone so big.
don't worry about it, Paul. It's all right. We know you've got no ego, mate.
No. Oh mate, pre-treating is a thing, is a big thing. Yeah, definitely. I think even that porosity, even bringing people in for, don't be scared to bring people. Oh, don't be scared.
I thought I'd make a feature of it, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. I love that. Yeah, zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. But yeah, don't be scared when you're consult or bring somebody in for a pre-consult to the color. If you think that job is going to be massive, or you think their hair isn't going to take as you want it to, then bring them in for like a pre-treat and say that. I mean, Jamie Stevens' hairdresser, when he was on the X Factor, there was this girl Kitty, and he didn't color her hair all the way through the show. He put her on an 8-week treatment regime because he didn't want to color her hair.
I mean, that's fair enough, isn't it? You know, if you think it's going to fry it, then
yeah, he was just using wigs, and luckily, like she's on a show, so they can do that. But we do have the ability to correct porosity in the salon, and if it is a case of that you can't do it for 3 weeks, then you can't do it for 3 weeks. Send them away with good aftercare. Bring them into the salon every week and give them a reconstructor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, it is really important. I see that LA Beauty had commented further down saying that, yes, I'm a huge fan on pre-treatments and after. Up the service and protect the client. Absolutely. So what we're going to do is just make sure there's no other questions on here. Do you prefer ombre or balayage on hair? Do you have a preference?
No, mate. I like them both. They're both different techniques, both different looks. if anything, right now I'm swaying more towards ombre because I'm sick to death of balayage.
Yeah. I've got no preference either, guys. For anybody that's interested, I'm happy to do either. Yeah, definitely don't have a preference. Right then, what we've got: Picasso's painting, GSO. Frame it, says GSO. Harwood says sell it, GSO. After H. Time of processing. So for this would be 20 minutes to process fully, and then rinse it off. And I would just condition it because there's no oxygenative part to it, so you can just rinse and condition should you want to. It's actually condition the paste, I read on the bottle before I used it. So I guess you don't need to condition, but I would. And then what we've got here: thank you, Mr. James. Thank you, Mr. Paul. You're very welcome. Yeah. Will you remove that color with warm or cool water? Actually, interestingly, I came across some literature that I had read a long time ago, and there is no impact on color longevity with warm or cool. It's a myth, and that was from a very profound scientific study of the effects of. So hot and cold air has an impact, but hot and cold water has no impact, and it's negligible as to which one is how much impact even hot and cold air has on the hair. People say do a cold shot, it makes it smoother. Actually, the only thing that truly affects the cuticles open and close is acid and alkaline.
Yeah, so, I did a video on it.
You did a video on it, did you? Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, on hot and cold water.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I came across that literature a while ago. But no, that's good. We'll go and check out Paul's video on it, and then you can see the difference. Goldwell have a thickener. Yeah, quite a few people have kind of jumped on the thickener bandwagon now.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing the results. So, okay, guys, remember that you can come back and see the result for this on Friday, 9 p.m. We will be showing you all this kind of technique. But before we do that, what we're going to do is tell you what's happening, what's occurring, the thing that we've been alluding to all evening. As I said, we started these lives back in February, and we wanted to kind of collaborate. Well, it all started. Some of you may or may not know this story. Hi, Terry. Don't worry. Is that blue and copper? Good question. It's a blue root tap. It's purple ends, and it was meant to be a red, but we added some purple into it, and it's made it kind of burnt orange. So it might be a happy mistake, but it might look hideous at the same time. You'll have to find out on Friday whether that's gone well or not. I've been trialing a product down here. Just someone sent it to me in the post. I thought I'd give it a go. Anyway, so just we'll see. Come back on Friday, 9 p.m, same time, and we'll do a little 20-minute kind of ta-da. But anyway, so while I've got you for a minute, we obviously, for any of you that didn't know, I started a live by myself back in December, even before December, February time. And then I was trying to find someone to collaborate with, and I'd already said we'd collaborate with Paul. And anyway, eventually by February, Paul and I were doing this live together, etc. And time's ticked on, and we've had lots of ideas, and lots of you guys joining every single week, and we absolutely love that you do. And we've obviously got some new guests in the house tonight, which is absolutely fantastic. So obviously I work for Redkin. Paul worked for Joico. Joico, we're watching our lives each week, and then decided to kind of ask Paul about me. And in a long and short story, I have decided to join forces with Paul over at Joico, so that we can really maximize the potential of working together with one brand rather than two brands that not necessarily align, because obviously they're competitors in the industry. So I am no longer working with Redkin. I joined Joico this week, and we and Paul and I, along with Joico, are going to be bringing you live education, live events. They're going to support us in bringing you these lives, and we can just continue this journey with their support, and it's going to make it a lot easier to continue and be consistent for a long time. Because Paul will reflect my sentiment in saying that, you know, we love doing these lives, you know, and we are a bit ad hoc with it, and we do turn up a bit late sometimes, and we do turn up a bit underprepared, but we do it like seriously off the cuff. And so it's really kind of super important to us that we can, you know, going forward, you know, make it not slicker, because we don't want it to be like TV, you know, but we want it to be.
We're still gonna talk. I work for Redken, and James has got the knowledge of Redken, and we've got the knowledge of different colour houses. It's not going to be heavy Joico. We're still going to be able to answer questions on other brands, and if you've got where you work with other brands and you want us to tell you, then we can. So yeah, we just want to pop that in there.
I mean, look, to be fair, look, I'm using a completely different brand here, right now, just because someone sent it to me. They've not put any stipulation on how we operate. They've wanted us to just come on board, and they've really liked what we've done. And so it's hugely positive. And I'm really excited to be, you know, with those guys, and, you know, further the experience that we can offer. So we are buzzing. So thank you for all the congratulations. I can see them coming through. And it looks like we're all moving to Joico now, Carrie says. Do they sell it in the wholesalers? Who's the wholesaler?
No, they don't.
No.
It's not so much a wholesaler. They won't sell it to someone who is not a salon, basically. It's they've got 3 companies in the UK that stock it and distribute it to salons, rather than us having to get it from America or from Europe. So that's what they do. But you can't walk into, say, Sally's or Professional Choice and just pick it off the shelf.
And who are the companies that distribute it, Paul?
So Laces, which are down south. You've got Concept, which are in Wales and that area. And then you've got Alan Howard to the east of England and north.
There we go. So if anybody's interested, they're the people you need to touch, depending on the area that you're in. But listen, seriously, guys, it's not about Joico being, you know, like Paul said, a Joico show or a Joico channel or Joico this, Joico that. It's about us being able to bring you more of the same, and it not significantly impact our week and our family lives and all those kind of things. So thank you very much, and I obviously always appreciate your ongoing support, and it means the world to both of us. And I'm super excited to be able to bring this to you, and hopefully going forward we can, with the help of Joico's budget, bring those live events and it not, you know, it be achievable, basically. So
it's so exciting. Like,
well, yeah, that's it. And those and the guys at Joico totally see the vision that we've projected to them. They understand what we're trying to do, and it's really fantastic, you know, that we can hopefully bring you, you know, some live events, lives all over the world with those guys helping us. So we'll see you on Friday, guys, 9 p.m. BST, for the reveal of this conglomeration that I've thrown together tonight. It'll either be killer or dead.
Oh, mate, it'll be killer. It'll be killer.
But we'll see. It's one of those things. But listen, guys, we appreciate you immensely. Thank you for your time.
You.
And we will see you hopefully on Friday. But if not, next week, 9 p.m, Paul's channel. See you there. And we'll let you know. It's probably going to be a Q&A to keep up with our schedule. So think about some of your color questions. If not, Paul will be doing a haircut. But we will post something on our community pages to let you know. Paul?
Just seen Terry G, sorry, before we go. Bummer, I'm in South Africa, not a lot of options here. Joico are big in South Africa. So if you search on Instagram, Joico South Africa, they've got a big Instagram account there, so they'll be able to help you. Just wanted to drop that in. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. But yeah, it's been amazing. We'll see you Friday on James's channel for the reveal. I can't wait. And then next week over on my channel. Someone did ask what my channel is. It's Paul Watts Hair. So just click that, subscribe, hit the bell, and then we'll see you over there next week as well.
Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Ciao, bye.